All right, guys. So Big Bear, BBAI. I didn't think that we would come back to this name that soon. So yesterday, I thought this stock would have been in a premium burning mode if it stayed below 505. So pre-market kind of grinded its way back up to 5, and then essentially with a big morning open, it just quickly essentially V-shaped recovery. It did recover whatever the loss it had yesterday, and it did fill the gap for previous day rally right there. So what I'm watching from here, so I was watching throughout the day today 588, which is the resistance. So it looks like after hours it is at around like 609. I don't know where we're gonna open tomorrow, but no company specific news. So the only thing that I can say is, well, overall, okay, so we know that they deployed a couple airports, their software, right? Whatever security things that they offer. I haven't dived into this. I don't care about that one. I care about the charts and price action and volume, which is third highest volume ever since we saw this plunge from $10 levels. If you just pay attention to the volume, it is just insane. So yesterday I showed you guys this chart where two orders that came in somewhere around like at these levels of a 505, and then earlier at 5 this number 8 578, $13 million, like 2.3 million shares were dumped. But at the close, I was talking about this one somewhere around open. At the close, looks like another order came in, 13. So I'm believing that somebody bought the dip for $10 million at $4.81, 1.9 million shares. So the only thing I can contribute overall, like small caps trying to rally here, if you take a look at the IWM, Russell 2000, biggest gainer, 1.6% as well in overall indices, is the basically yesterday and today, Jerome Powell was speaking in front of the Senate or whatever house, and he was saying that if not for the tariffs, they would have already been cutting the rates by now. So I went as far as to December, and looks like market is pretty much pricing in by December 3 rate cuts, meaning like 25 basis points each, and market is pricing it. And usually when Fed Watch tool, if you don't know this tool, you just can go and take a look at it. So the next Fed decision is July 31st. So we're not pricing rate cut for that date, but there's 20% probability. When this probability goes high at certain rate, so this is what essentially people are in the market betting that this would happen. Okay, these are like contracts. You can buy these contracts. Okay, so you can take a look at the volume and then the expiration of that contract, the name of the contract, right? So probability, no change for July, but if you go to September 17th, there is 75% probability that one cut. And then if you go take a look at essentially, literally like couple weeks ago, we were expecting only one cut by the end of the year. And now all of a sudden, in a matter of like 10 days or so, market quickly has priced that we would get 3 rate cuts. And also the GDP numbers got dropped today as well. So that benefits a lot the small caps, which Big Bear is. So I think GDP came negative. So are we officially in a personal consumption quarter over quarter negative? So anytime GDP is negative for 2 consecutive quarters, that means we are in a recession officially. Okay. So I haven't heard much on the media, but this is how they label it usually. 2 consecutive quarters, that means we're already in a recession. So, and if we're expecting rate cuts, that means, yeah, Fed is acknowledging that there is a higher unemployment rate, and I mean they're also getting pressured by the president as well, right, to cut the rates, because he's like, hey, everybody in the world is cutting, why are you guys lagging so far? But Jerome Powell is like, if not for tariffs, we would have cut. So enough of that, let's go take a look. So this is the pretty big catalyst, in my opinion, for small caps going forward from here. Just keep an eye on that tool. And economic data, I mean, I don't know. So officially Q4 is about to end soon in a couple days, and we're going to get more in the first half of July. But next week is a short week. So 4th of July, usually after 4th of July, volatility picks up. But two levels, 750, that's my resistance for this stock around here. And then all-time highs, I mean, at least 52-week high, $10.35. Because all-time highs, I think it's way what we were looking at. We were looking at around like 16. So let me go on a daily just so we can already have for the future what are the levels to watch. So all-time high, 16 something, $16.10. So 10, a little bit at 11 resistance, a little bit at 12 something, but I want to see the highest opening price. Okay, I'll just go with 16, the highest. So, but first I would be watching this 52-week highs that we had where stock essentially plunged. But the only confidence right here, right now, maybe, I don't know, something is going to get announced, probably, because this is just looking super suspicious to me. Like the fact that this stock has crazy volume and short volume. Yes, it is highly shorted too. Let's take a look. Is borrowing rates are going down or going up? What's going on? Are people getting... Let's take a look at the borrowing fee before. Yeah, there's no shares. Okay, so that makes sense. So people cannot borrow any shares to short this name. So that could be it. So this is a squeeze essentially. And then there's also macro putting pressure as well to shorts. And yeah, real I mean, pressure will be when people who shorted at these levels, they get squeezed. Because up until this moment, I mean, up until stock gets back above these levels, I mean, they're still making profits, right? Because there are many times like funds that go long and short, they can hold their short position for like months and years. So I would be very, very cautiously watching this name to the upside. And the capitalization of this stock, 1.6, so let's say 1.7 billion. Year to date, 30% up. Can it double? Sure. If a company drops couple good catalysts, that's all it takes to squeeze the heck out of shorts and pretty much push higher. But I myself don't have a position. I'm not trading it. I was looking at it the day before yesterday when, I mean, if yesterday we had the pullback, fill the gap, and then held that position, I mean, I was looking at some $8 calls, but let's see what's the option activity before I wrap this one. So I'm seeing some activity. Let's take a look at the put to call ratio first. I was thinking maybe go with July, like something like $8, which was relatively cheaper, thinking that if it could push towards 10, but again, I don't have a position. I'm not trading it. I'll take a look at it tomorrow and see how price action in the next short week will act. So far, 209,000 calls traded today. 40% essentially were purchased at the asking price, meaning I think there are a lot of people trading it to the upside. Only 49,000 puts. Sure, there may be some put buying as well, but I want to see more. So the big standing out is in the money July 18th $4 call. Somebody purchased 3,000 contracts at $1.78. So in dollar amount, how much is it going to be? Let's take a look here. Maybe it will already give me the... So $4. So this is essentially like $500,000-$600,000 position or something like that. But I'm not seeing it. But this is pretty big. The only big position that is standing out to me in terms of calls. So, but take a look at the open interest tomorrow. Check it. If it was already sitting there, maybe it was profit taking. Who knows? Because $4 strike had already 13,000 open interest, and today 4,000 came in. And then same thing with the $6 call. Again, I'm looking at the July 18th. Okay, so the next OPEX option expiration. I'm not looking at the shorter dated like tomorrow, the day after. The next week, short week, or July 11th weeks. I'm not looking at those. I'm looking at the monthly contracts where the most of the volume that is interesting to me. So I would check the open interest to see if these will increase tomorrow, meaning that would mean to me that people, added some to their position and they're bullish in terms of like the option traders. So that's what I'm watching for Big Bear. Let's see what it does. 750 and then 10. Those are the two levels I would be watching from here. This is not a buy or sell recommendation. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.